Trini Quan, the Yellow Power Ranger in Mighty Morphin, is one of the most remembered characters in the history of the franchise, not only for her emotional strength and her big heart for wanting to help others, but also for the unfortunate event of the tragic death of the actress who played this character, Thuy Trang. Although many think she was a Japanese or Chinese actress, she was Vietnamese American. Trang was the last Asian actress to play a Yellow Ranger, since Asian people are derogatorily called yellow, and casting an Asian to play the Yellow Ranger offended many people. Speaking of the character, Trini was a quiet person, eager to help others and very strong emotionally. She was the 16-year-old daughter of a Taiwanese doctor and a Korean woman, who lived in 8 military bases for the past 15 years due to her father's work. Although she wasn't Chinese, nor Japanese, she still practiced many customs of these countries. When Zordon decided to choose Trini as a Power Ranger, he transported her to the command center along with her other friends. Some did not decide to believe in what was happening, but Trini decided to believe in Zordon and stayed at the command center to accept the challenge of being a Power Ranger. Quickly after agreeing to be a Ranger, Zordon transports her back to Angel Grove, where she had her first battle with Rita's warriors. At first it was difficult for her, but then she activated her morphosis and became the first Yellow Ranger of the entire franchise. With her morph now complete, she was able to defeat the enemies and master her battle mode well. Although Trini was not as gifted in intelligence as Billy was, we know that she was very intelligent. Because of this, Trini did things like changing the language of Alpha 5 to a language more up to date to that year. Despite being a brave young woman, Trini was afraid of heights, which led her to have many challenges. Rita took advantage of any weakness she could use against her. She was also challenged by her lack of self-confidence, which was due to Rita's spells, but Trini overcame it time and time again. One of the biggest challenges she had was when Rita took all of the parents, including Trini's parents, and this devastated her. Rita gave them a choice between their parents or the power coins, and Trini chose to give up her power coin. At the end of it all, they managed to get the parents back and also the power coins to continue fighting against Rita. Although this does not appear in the TV show, in the comics we are told that Trini was in love from the beginning with Jason, and they managed to kiss when their powers were exchanged, and she was the Red Ranger. After this, Trini and Jason thought it would be a bad idea to be together, since that could be a weakness that their enemies would use to attack them. Trini was a very attached person to her friends. She supported them in every event they had and was always there for them. She was very close to Kimberly, as they were the only 2 female Rangers on the team, and both worked hard to help clean up the environment. She was also close friends with Billy, as they both had their great intelligence in common, and Trini would help Billy translate all the technical words in the speeches he gave about his inventions, and she would explain it in simpler words. In addition, she also helped him study for his exams and helped him with his projects. When Trini made her transfer of power to Aisha, the explanation that she, Jason and Zach gave was that they were going to a World Peace Summit in Switzerland, but in reality, they were going to form a new group of Rangers guided by the Blue Emissary, who was a representative of the Morphin Masters. If you want to know more about the Morphin Masters, you can search for this video in our channel. The Blue Emissary had asked Jason to help him repair all the damage that had happened in the grid due to the event with Lord Draken. The mission was to find people who had suffered changes and help them understand what was happening to them and guide them on the right path. When Jason heard about this mission, he wanted to do it alone or find a team other than his current Mighty Morphin team, as he didn't want to involve them because he knew this mission was going to be hard. Still, at one point Jason was in the command center talking to the Blue Emissary, and Trini and Zach walked in and saw them. Eventually, due to Trini's loyalty to her friends, she wanted to get involved with the new team, and they both told Jason that they would not leave him alone in this new mission. The three of them quickly took off into space to other planets in search of people who needed help. In one of the planets, they met Kia, an alien woman who had some great powers, but she didn't understand what was happening to her. The people of her village wanted to burn her as they thought she was a witch, but Jason, Trini, and Zach arrived to save her. Still, Kia gets desperate and creates an explosion with her powers and then hides. While Jason and Zach try to save people from the explosion, Trini was the only one who could convince Kia that they were there to help her and invited her to go with them in the ship. After having been through several worlds battling, they realize how great Kia's power is and invite her to join the new team they were forming. This new team was taken to a place deep in space by the Blue Emissary, who presented them with the gauntlets of the first Rangers, which had powers that came from wind, earth, water, and fire. Trini along with the others took their gauntlets and became the Omega Rangers, Trini being the yellow Omega Ranger with the power of Earth. Later, Jason would lose his connection to the Morphin grid and Trini would take the lead as the red Omega Ranger. After fighting for quite some time with different enemies being the Red Ranger of the Omega Rangers, Trini still feels that she is not the right one to be the leader of the team. Fortunately, Zach has been with her all this time, telling her that she is a great leader and helping her to be strong. This friendship slowly turned into a romantic relationship, and then they started their relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend. In the special episode to celebrate 30 years of the franchise, Trini arrived along with the entire Mighty Morphin team to help Billy fight Rita. Unfortunately, in that battle, Rita launched a powerful attack towards Billy, but Trini noticed and quickly intercepted the attack. She gave up her life to save Billy as that powerful attack vaporized her and only her morpher remained. Trini had a daughter named Min, who earned the right to use her mother's morpher and become the new Yellow Ranger. The second Yellow Ranger of Mighty Morphin, Aisha Campbell, is also considered a legendary ranger, and despite possibly having the shortest history of the entire team, she still has more episodes than most of all the Rangers in the history of the franchise. This Yellow Ranger first appeared in episode number 22 of the second season of Mighty Morphin in November 1994 and participated in 72 episodes in the series, including the 8 episodes she appeared as a girl in Alien Rangers. She has also appeared in over 50 episodes of the comics, one movie in 1995 and in the special episode celebrating 30 years of the franchise. Aisha was Trini's successor, something very complicated since Trini won the affection of all the fans, and that's why it was such a big challenge to be the next Yellow Ranger. Despite this, Aisha managed to capture all the attention of the fans since her personality helped many to love her and give her the opportunity to be the new Yellow Ranger, something that was very difficult for Rocky. Like Rocky and Adam, Aisha started in Power Rangers after participating in a teen ninja fighting competition and was so good in her performance that Lord Zed took notice of her. Because of this, Lord Zed kidnapped the three of them and took them to the Dimension of Despair, but they were rescued by the Power Rangers. At that same moment, Tommy and Kimberly had to remove Billy's helmet, and this caused Aisha to discover the identity of the Power Rangers. Some time later, what we all already know happened, the transfer of power. This was a historic moment in Power Rangers in which Jason, Zach and Trini had to leave for a peace conference and transferred their powers to Rocky, Adam and Aisha. From that moment on, Aisha becomes the new Yellow Ranger and the second Yellow Ranger in the history of the franchise, although obviously in the Power Rangers universe she was not the second Yellow Ranger since there had been other Ranger teams before. Something interesting about this moment of the transfer of power is that the voice you hear when Trini is speaking is not that of Thuy Trang, the actress who played that character. As some of you already know, these three actors who played Jason, Zach and Trini, were unable to renew their contract with the franchise due to monetary differences, so they had to use old scenes and other actors to portray the characters on the day of the transfer of power. After all the battles of the second season, in the third season Aisha acquires ninjetti powers and becomes a yellow ninja ranger. This character never changed color and was always a yellow ranger in all her versions. Unfortunately, Aisha never had very important moments in Power Rangers, but she was always a beloved part of the team due to her great personality. It was never known what was the reason for the actress' departure from the series, but in the Alien Rangers season the character was turned into a girl and we didn't see the actress again until the special 30th anniversary episode. In that season of Alien Rangers, Aisha was sent to Africa to search for the Zeo crystal and then decided to stay there to help the animals. There she met Tanya and sent her with the Zeo crystal to the command center to replace her as a Power Ranger. In the Power Rangers Zeo season, Aisha sent a letter to the Power Rangers and in this way, they knew that she was also transformed into an adult again. After many years, Aisha appeared again in a special episode as part of SPA, which stands for Space Patrol Alpha, and they are the ones who were before SPD. Because Aisha and Adam were far away in space, they could not arrive in time to help the Rangers defeat Rita. After many hours they were able to reach Earth and Rita had already been destroyed, but Aisha had an important moment in that meeting. Aisha gave her blessing to Min so that she could continue the legacy of the new Yellow Ranger using the same power. In the 1995 movie, Aisha had a big part, and although at that point in the story many people still didn't know her, I think the movie helped everyone get to know her better. This Yellow Ranger had moments of great action, comedy and drama in what is called the best Power Rangers movie in history. In the comics, Aisha also had a lot of involvement, and in the last few episodes we got to see a romance between her and the new Green Ranger. If you like Aisha, like this video and subscribe for more Power Ranger stories.